How's it brewing, everyone? Coffee Bean here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Last time we did a Buster Blader video, but that was more only because I didn't want to show you guys what I've been working on just yet. It has been in the works for about 2 months because I didn't want to spend money, so I've just been grinding diamonds and everything. But I finally got enough to at least start to make it work together. But there's still more I want to do with the deck. Also, my profile, if you guys are interested, go ahead and give me a follow. If you want. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. It's proper English, right? Alright, so let's hop right in. This deck is definitely no stranger to the competitive scene, but I don't know how high up it is at the moment. But yes, for those of you who know, we are running Evil Twins. Evil Twins is all about summoning one monster to summon another one to link summon, and from that link summon, we will summon a monster back from the graveyard, link summon, and from this link summon, we will bring back the link monster that we just sent to the graveyard, take an extra draw, take both of those monsters, link summon again into a dangerous monster known as Trouble Sunny, and we will end our turn there. So when my opponent starts his turn, I'm like, okay, that card's not exactly the worst thing in the world, but they do get 2 cards, and so I'm like, alright, they either bricked or, they were just looking for, like, something to kind of continue the combo. Evenly matched would have been really bad for me, but not the worst thing in the world. You can get rid of Trouble Sunny during the battle phase, and you can summon out both link monsters in the graveyard, so that you can get, what, that's like 5,500 damage? Or 4,500 damage? I don't know, I don't do math. So I didn't feel like I was absolutely defenseless, but, I realized that I had to keep on my toes. So then when he used the Kaiju, I was really starting to sweat. Although, at the moment, this deck isn't the one that I'm currently using. It's how I started it, and it was severely under-resourced. I only had one of each of those link monsters, so my combo was basically ruined from that point. And I had to think to myself, okay, how do I work around this? That's where Ibli comes in. Ibli is able to special summon a link monster from the graveyard so that it points to this card. Unfortunately, he used Solemn Warning and negated the effects and destroyed my card. But Ibli also has sort of a... I won't say that it's a positive effect, because it's not always positive. And again, this is the first time I really use this deck. You can summon Ibli, right? It is Ibli. You can summon her to the other side of the field in defense position. It's better for cards like Decode Talker, where you could boost attack. If they had another card that was in attack position, you could put Ibli here and then attack a different card to kind of up your damage while not really giving them a lot of resource. Cyburst is a monster where if people are link summoning, they could probably use this as a material, so it's not the greatest thing to give them. Although level 2s, in terms of synchro summoning, can and cannot be the most useful. That might have actually been an issue had he been link summoning, but I believe that he was playing just a Kaiju deck, so it didn't really do much to help him out. I went ahead and attacked that card just to see what it was. I used the Phantom Knight's Feather, I think that's what it's called, or Phantom Night Blade, to negate its effects and everything. But he was really like going at me. Here he's got a kaiju, and so I was like, okay, wait, what is this deck? Like, is his goal just to like burn? Fortunately for me, I had an Iron Scrap Scarecrow, so I was able to negate the attack and prevent myself from being killed that turn. I also have Karibo, so if this card gets destroyed, Karibo's got my back. Use a Mystic Tomato. No one ever uses that. Went ahead and summoned Decode Talker. Got him on the field to get some damage, and then he destroyed it. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to die. If he can summon one more creature, I can't block enough turns. But then he destroys the Fog Blade. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. Hold up. If he destroys... Oh no, he didn't destroy what I thought he would. I was so ready to be dead. Blocks the attack. Blocks the next one. And I was like, oh my goodness, I am fighting for my life. Like, there's nothing left I can do. And then the perfect storm hits. There is no way. I pulled a Mirror Force. That was a true heart of the cards moment. At this point, I go, okay, he's got 2 cards left in his hand. And I pull Foolish Burial. He uses Ash. And I was like, alright, Ash Blossom doesn't have any attack, so he couldn't have killed me with it anyway. But whatever else he has in his hand, that could kill me if it's a monster. But I realize he's discarded so many cards that he has next to no cards left. He puts a card in defense position, so I figured, okay, I forgot I had an Iron Scrap Scarecrow. So he can't kill me yet. I put my Imperm down, he puts another card down, and I start to panic. They either deal no damage, or they can deal, you know, a lot of damage, and he's just waiting. His face downs flips both of them, and they both had 0 attack. But he link summoned, and I was like, okay, this is good for me. He summoned a monster that is used for destroying other monsters, not destroying spells and traps. So I just Iron Scrap, and I was like, he's got 1 card left. I can either stall him out, or I have to kill him this turn, and then I pull a Lightning Storm and destroy his back row. If I had actually been able to pull this card off, he could have destroyed it. And then he had 2 of those. And when it came back to my turn, I didn't even... I impermed it just to be safe. I wasn't sure, like... I knew it couldn't really do anything. That was kind of... That was a little uncalled for. Putting it in attack position, you know, because even if he hit it, I wouldn't have died. But that's the first time I have seen someone deck out themselves. I've had people deck me out, but I've never seen someone deck themselves out and play such a... I don't even know what to call it. Like, it was... And yes, we are still playing the Evil Twins. Now, at this point, I have upgraded the deck from last time. I got another one of these and another one of those. I do only have 1 Trouble Sunny. And I can't remember, I think in the last fight I didn't have access code. I don't believe in the last fight I had access code, but I have it now. And yeah, let's just hop into the duel. So I went ahead and I was more on the side of stalling this fight, and he stole my card. So that was unique for me. In terms of me stalling, I like to give it a second. I also knew that I had Monster Reborn, so I could always bring it back from the graveyard. But I typically enjoy going second with this deck, although going first can be useful in terms of throwing off your opponent. And because I had Monster Reborn, I knew that, alright, if I can make it to turn 2, then I can actually do something, as long as he doesn't have a negate. Which Boo Boo Game is one of the most clutch cards. I wish that people destroyed it more often in late game, because it allows you to target up to 2 normal traps in your graveyard and bring them back to, I believe it's your field and not your hand. Yeah, set them to your field. They can be activated this turn. But I kind of lucked out in drawing another blue live twin. So I just go ahead and I start my Link summoning combo. You guys have seen it before in the last video. This time I start with blue. Whatever you start with, you'll get that effect at the end. Well, the pink Link allows you to draw a card, the blue Link allows you to pop a card. So when he blew up my field, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But it also allowed you to bring a card back from the a spell or trap from the graveyard. So I brought back Boo Boo Game, and then I summoned back my blue Link. Boo Boo Game will negate any damage. And then I just Harpy Feather Dustered the card that he grabbed, because, you know, obviously he grabbed it for a reason. Punch him for 1,000 or 1,100, and I ended my turn. Now what he doesn't know is that I can still, on his turn, summon my pink Link to my field. So I go ahead and I get that out. And the reason why I do that now is because this card does allow me to draw once on the enemy's turn and once on my own turn. And then if my enemy draws, I have another live twin that if I discard it from the graveyard to if I banish it, I can also draw a card if they draw a card. I used pink to summon back blue. He gave me a kaiju, and I was like, okay, you know, that's honestly not that bad. He pops Boo Boo Game. I was like, alright, fair. Unfortunately, I did not have another trap in the graveyard, so I couldn't pop its effect. And I was like, alright, you know, that's fine. But he started to really, XY summons are kind of frustrating, because sometimes people just, you can go so far in a combo and create such a crazy mess. And I'm just like, alright, whatever, like, do what you gotta. At this point, I kind of thought I was done. Summoned Zeus, and I was like, alright, you got me, like, let's just get this over with. Punches me for 3,000. 1,850. I had 250 left, and I was like, alright. I've got a Lightning Storm, and I've got Present Card in my hand. Present Card, it's good if your opponent maxes. You can use this. Get rid of all of those cards. The combo that I use it with is I'll do Present Card after they've done a maxi, and then I'll use Big Burn if they have any graveyard effects, and it banishes them all. It's a pretty cool combo if you fight anyone who does a lot of, like, zombie graveyard effects and whatnot. So I enjoy it. Airy Tail Luna, and I just started to cringe because I was like, not Dragon Maids again. So I Lightning Storm them, and then I realized I picked up Secret Password. Secret Password allows me to pick up Live Twins Sunny Snitch, which allows me to pick a live twin out of my deck, bring it to my hand, and I go, I can start the combo again. Link summon into my Trouble Sunny, punch for 3,300. Go ahead, use Trouble Sunny's effect, bring back my pink Link and my blue Link, punch for 1,100 each, get my one draw, which is Boo Boo Game. Perfect. Place that on the field. Go ahead and use Trouble Sunny's effect. I have to pop a card, which is fine. That's why I put present card on the field, so that I would have something not useful that I could pop. Get that on the field. I can't attack with it though, because to get it out, I have to use that in main phase 2. Every time he summons now, because of this card, as long as I have a evil twin on the field, he will take 200 damage. He goes and sends that card back to my hand, and I was like, alright, cool. But he popped Boo Boo Game, which allows me to bring 2 cards to the field. I was like, alright, that's fine. This card allows me to target a card in my graveyard. I was like, wait a minute. I bring back pink. But pink has the other effect to where I can bring back blue. And I popped his card and he gave up. That was one of the closest fights I have ever had. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Again, it's been Coffee Bean with you here today. And I will catch you baristas in the next one.